In this video, we're doing a water check on the ponds, changing the pressure filter on the ground pond, as you can see behind me, and filter clean on the second chamber in the main pond. Okay, stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel, MKA. Today, a nice fresh morning. I mean, fast here in WA, fresh. Bit overcast, but that's supposed to be clearing during the morning. First thing, we will start with just water testing all the both ponds, the water. Especially I want to, before and I start any big water changes with the new water supply, as you've seen in the previous video, I want to say where it will change to in the next few weeks. And we're doing a bigger change today as well with cleaning the second chamber of the main pond. And it will be probably about I'd say 2,000 later it gets changed. So the koi is getting a nice refreshing new water. Yeah, that's basically just changing the water parameters. Then I'm changing the pressure filter on the ground pond, as I mentioned in the previous video when I was at that koi and pond dealer. That little pressure filter I bought, I'm changing it because I want to prepare myself for this season, if I can hopefully have more luck with spawning my kois. That's why I intentionally didn't salt up the pond during the winter or now coming into the spring, is that's one of the side effects of salting your pond, is it stops the kois from spawning or releasing their eggs. So that's I think that was my mistake last year. I didn't realize, I didn't know. I learned that a bit later in the season on a YouTube video I watched, that if you want to prevent your fish from laying the eggs and getting frisky, to salt your pond up to 0.5%. That will then inhibit or take that urge out of them. So I did that last winter, so I had 0.4% in there, and that I think that was the reason why they didn't spawn. So yeah, this year I deliberately didn't do it, and hopefully when it's getting warmer in the next 2 months, I would assume, and the temperature's going up to, the water temperature's going up to 20, that I can select my kois for the spawning season and see what will happen. Yeah, that's it for the moment. Let's do the water checks. I'll turn you around. So as you can see, everything is prepared. All my water check equipment, cup of tea, can't miss that, and my ledger to record everything. So for me it's very important that I always record my water parameters, just to see how they're fluctuating over the seasons or over the year. So because during the season I do every fortnight water checks. During the winter I do it only once a month. So it's not about a month ago I think I did the last check. So yeah, that way I can see if something suddenly goes pear-shaped with the KH, pH, and I know what's going on. And yeah, this time will be interesting because we're changing to the more softer tone water. So yeah, that way let's see what's happening, and I'll do the testing now. I'm not filming this because everyone has done that, and most of you will know how we do the water checks, and if you don't know, there are plenty of videos out there. I've done, I think, at least 2 in my time of YouTubing, and plenty of other people have done it and shown how to do it. So I'm not boring you not another half an hour doing each test and show you, but I will come back to you and let you know the results. Okay, see you in a bit. We're finished with the water testing, and this is the water testing from the ground pond. It's all stable, same as before. Nothing has changed in the testing, and I didn't expect much to change because I'm feeding the fish, but I'm feeding small amounts. So, and some others, this will be interesting. So, and I put down when I start, basically with a date, I made a note when I started using town water, and you can see the town water parameters from the start. That's out of the pipe. So pH is 7.6, the KH is 5, and the GH is 12. So when you compare what I have on GH in the pond right now, the KH is not bad because we had a lot of rain. These 2 measures have, of course, gone down with a lot of rainwater went in. Normally my KH is around the 8 in the pond. And then the GH is way higher. So if we compare to when I started the grow on pond, see, where did I start? No, that's actually a bad example because I started the grow on pond on town water. Let's go where we started, where we had the main pond. So here you can see when the last measures before basically winter happened, and it was April before we got the heavy rains, my GH used to be on 27. So this will know, of course, where the town water got down, and I hope it goes, because one bad thing with this water what we have out of the dams, out of my little bore, as you can see, it's very hard and it's extremely corrosive. Even cheap stainless steel just is rust away. So I had a few filter brushes, even they are made from stainless steel, just because there must have been a production mistake or whatever they done, that stainless steel rusted through. I mean, I'm happy that it hasn't happened on the pumps, but the pumps are always fine. Even the cheap ones are always fine. So yeah, and then you can see the same thing I did on the main pond. So all my measures hasn't changed much. The only thing that has gone a bit up, what surprised me, but it might be because we have now much more sun and the algae in the pond is producing a lot of oxygen. Sorry for this. So 9.2, this has gone up. Look, it's not a perfect device I'm using, but I just use this so I get a rough idea. If this suddenly would drop down, and I know there's something going on or going too high up, but it's always in this range, going a bit up and some are a little bit down, of course. But yeah, no, all the measures are good. I'm happy. So now we can see what will happen in the next few months when we change completely to the town water. Right. So as you see, the pond is all fine. And sorry for the glare of the sun. Let's see, go back. Koi's are happy. And one thing I like to mention again, just because increase the flow and have much more flow now in with the air lift pump I built and the power head. I don't know if that is the reason, but I have the feeling these koi's are much more active and enjoy it. I mean, you've never seen them swimming so much around, coming even to the edge. You know, when I sit there over on the chair and is watching, they come all the time. They, of course, most of the time they only come because of food. But yeah, they're not just watching you. They're much more friendly and relaxed. This more has changed since the flow has increased. Okay, now I'll get changed and we go to the next job, the pressure filter. So we're all prepared now for the next job. So I've got my tea already ready there when I need a sip, and I've got the new filter there, and I'll have to take the old one out. The reason I changed the filters, this one I won't use on the spa for the koi spawning and the fries, just because it's a bit more, yeah, it's not as high quality as that oars, and on the Rowan Pond I want a bit more quality, so that's why I choose this. I think it's the smallest oars pressure filter you can get, the Filter Clear, and it's just for the skimmer. I mean, you could argue and say, oh, why have it at all, because it just goes into the bio, but I don't want any dirt particulates going into the biochamber, if I can avoid it. So that's why I put in the first place this one in. As you know, before I had that one from Aquascape, but the UV didn't work and I didn't want to spend the money getting new ballast for it. So at that time I just took the old Pond Max pressure filter and put it in here, but I had the clear goal to save up money and then get a pressure filter. So that has now happened, and let's put it in and see how it performs. Good, we've placed the new pressure filter in the same spot, and surprisingly it had the same hole diameter as the old one that's over there and empty now. One thing I want to just mention, the good thing with, how can I say it, with buying a bit more expensive gear, you get all the fittings with it, like these clear connectors. As you can see the water going through, and the little flow, I don't know, device that shows you that actually the water is going through in the right direction, and all the right fittings plus, hose clamps. Where you buy the bit cheaper ones and there's always something that's missing and you have to go to another shop and get it. At least with these quality brands, where you pay a premium for it, you get it all most of the time with it, the gear. I mean, I don't want to sell all other products. I'm far away from that, because for years I was going with more cheaper and affordable brands, but in the last couple of years I made the experience that sometimes you pay the price if you buy a bit more cheaper. I mean, I'm not saying cheap products are always bad. They're really good products out there, but sometimes they are, you pay, you get what you pay for. So that's why I'm going now slowly over to more quality. I started the hobby with more cheaper products, what was easily available too here in Australia, but now I'm in an age where I'm a bit more settled, and I just try to save the money up for the better equipment, if I can get it. Not everything you can get. So yeah, just quick put in here, and then I come back to you when I finish and it's all running. We'll finish. The pre-filter is now in place and it's all working. I had to move it from the old spot here to over there just because of the different in and outlets on this filter. They were opposite to the old one, so the inlet on the old one was on that side and vice versa, so I had to cut the hoses a bit and then dig a hole here and put it here. I think it's better because when you look at the hose is now going straight in and out, so there's not much in the way, and that spot there is now more freely for me to organize all the power cables and get that cleaned up now before we go into the new season. But yeah, I'm happy. It's all installed. Yeah, it's just like the old thing. It's just sometimes you have to change. And yeah, you can see there's a little mark. Oh, there's an O-ring with a little indicator where the flow goes, so you can see it when this blue part is showing that there's flow on. It's all good, all working. I mean, of course you can check that on the water. It comes out of the exit, but yeah, it's just one of these tiny little nifty things that I decided to install. Why not? And there's another second O-ring you can then use here on the exit port, and I might eventually build something like maybe a port or something, another hose so that runs away. But I think this year you need that closer. You need a valve or you need this cap, because one thing they made it clear in the description is that this valve is not 100% sealed, just for the convenience of turning it. So you have to have this always blocked off, otherwise you'll lose water. Good. Just sort of on the pressure filter. As you can see here, this is all going good. The planter box is working pretty good. I got two more rings for these two plants to float. And you can see all these roots here that will help clean this water. I mean, you can see the nitrate levels are pretty low. And we will look under here, just a little zoom you out. Go on the other side. Oops. Yeah, fire chamber is all running really good, and the water level hasn't increased yet, so nothing is blocking so far. Yeah. Let's go to the next job, the main pond filter. See you then. A little update for the change on the skimmer. What happened was quite a pleasant surprise I made is since I changed the pressure filter on the skimmer line, I have much more draw on that skimmer. As you can see here, it literally draws in the water really good. I'm very surprised because I have not changed this pump setting at all. It's still on only 24 watt. So the minimal setting you can have on the Jibao 20,000 liter pump. So this draw is amazing. I mean, I didn't have that before. So yep, a little advantage on this new pressure filter is it pushes more water through. Okay. Now to the next job. Good, the next job has started. cleaning this filter bay, and I just turned the pump on. As you can see over there, the water is flowing. I'll zoom you in. There you can see it will water all the orange tree and the garden down here. So yeah, so with this chamber, that's the second chamber. It's not as dirty. This is not the first clean I do in 2 years, proper clean. So what I will do is I will just shake these brushes and then get it all pumped out. So I'll show you how I do that. Give me a second to put you on the tripod. So this is only the last stage of the brush filter chambers. It's not as filthy as the first one. It's more biofilm, and what I do is just a really good shake. They're pretty heavy. There's a lot of biofilm on there. I might give it a wash too. It's emptied it. First I want to just get that rough stuff loosened. So I haven't been playing, as I said, I haven't been playing for almost 2 years since I installed it. Only a little clean, but nothing really major. Let it shake. Okay. Now let's keep shaking it up. I don't want to lose all the biofilm, that's why I'm just cleaning these rough, and I'll come back and do a little wash and a quick wash, but most of it will come out for shaking it, and then what I have to do, I'll get my little washing nozzle in and then wash the dirt on the floor of it to the front. I mean, it looks all filthy, but I know that no, this is biofilm mainly. Most of the waste is in the first chamber. First brush is out of the filthy one, and there's the one. Another good clean. Okay. Pause you for a bit. Okay, we're back. We'll set our little pump up. And what you want to do is just have a soft water flow going on against the brush. You don't want with all your biological media. You just want to get it nice clean over. Not too strong. pump back on. I had it turned off for a second. Okay, and this is how I do my filter wash cleaning. You just wash them off slightly, so you don't want to lose all your biomedia, so, biological colonies on the brushes. So that's why you don't use a high pressure, and you don't want them super clean. You just want basically the dead biofilm is coming off. That's all you want. Okay, I'll come back to you when I'm finished. That's it for the moment. We're back, and this chamber is now clean. I mean, not clean, but I don't intend to get it super clean. This is not the goal with the brush filter chamber. It's just to get the muck out and trying to keep most of the biofilm intact. So this chamber, the pump is back running. And here you can see, maybe it doesn't, you probably can't see it much on the camera, but this one will be cleaned in the next month, just before the summer season starts. Well, this is really dirty, full of mainly, I would say, is algae that has not settled on the brushes. Of course, because other dirt too. See again. As you can see, there's a huge film of stuff on it. But this is exactly what you want, because that will attract all the fines and give you the clean water. And I did a clean of the skimmer too. Vacuumed that completely clean. There was a lot of muck in there. And yeah, this is a refill the pond out of the tank, just gravity filled in. That water's all degassed from chlorine. So this is, and I have to turn it off now. It's all filled up again. Okay, that's for me for this episode. Just the pre-start of the new season's clean and starting it up. So hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye for now. Just one last thing I want to say, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people will think, why go and do all this with a brush filter, because everyone, probably a lot of people have thought it's a lot of work I have to put in here. And yes, because the way my situation is, because I have to put a pump, a submersible pump, and a strong submersible pump, of course, in to suck the water out. In the way I designed it, it makes it a bit more, gives a bit more work to do. It's not extreme. So because look, the second chamber, the last time, or when I installed this about 2 years ago, so this is the first time I got a proper clean. I did one time when I was experimenting with it. I did a little vacuum of it, but that's all. So the good thing with the second chamber is hardly any dirt accumulates there. It's more biofilm dirt and fine particles as they come in and they settle there. It's the first chamber that needs to be cleaned about every 2.5 to 3 months. And yeah, it's not even, when did I start? It started about, I think, just after 1 o'clock. It's now 3 o'clock. It took me 2 hours to do it. You know, if you have a really good setup, it would not even take you that long. If you had your chamber connected to sewage disposal, or you had a big sump separate install where you just pull the standpipe and then the entire thing flushes out, and you after it flushes, you just quick go over the brushes with the nozzle I showed you. Then it would take you probably 20 minutes max, and then you have to fill it up. Good thing with this, every time you do this, I clean my bottom drain pipes because it's a good flush. So this is what just one I would say is it's not a huge job, and not everyone will like it. Of course, a drum filter might be a bit easier, but the brush filter is more reliable to a drum filter. Even if I go away for a nice long holiday, it can't clog up. Water will always flow through, and there's no dramas. The only thing that can stuff up is your pump. And with the drum filter, you have more mechanical stuff that can stuff up. So this is the last thing I just want to quick say. That's the main reason I have brush filter chamber. I love it so much because it's, in my opinion, more reliable in the long run. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you liked it, please give me a thumb up. Thank you. See you next time.